businessman. What made him take to serial killing? Hobbies. One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal. He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when he was burying the bodies, a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in, yes, but in the middle of his questioning he fled and murdered his final victim. Why did he... why did he flee? We need to find out about the questioning. Prosecutor Marshall. The crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It was a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the Chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The Chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around, if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe was our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Okay, right, so let's see what we've got. It's got to be something to do... Let's check this. They've been saying that there's something wrong with this image. But I'm not sure what. I'm sure what. That has a sword. This does not. Right, I'm gonna try the picture and see what happens. Let me share a little advice with you as a detective. If you don't have a clue, keep your chaps. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so... Date and time of death, 19th of February between 7 and half 7. Single stab wound piercing heart and lung. Died from blood loss wounds in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in the wound was missing a tip. Oh, that's it. What do I need to present that? Okay, no. I've been studying up these files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. Do you think people are accusing him of injustice? I, for one, ain't buying it, pal. You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth? Ooh. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, a serial killer was on the loose. Alana was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dark guilty. Oh. Okay, I now see a second thing. This pot is this pot. But yeah, also the King of Prosecutors is different, but that's... Okay, let's now show the jar then. About that jar. I think I've seen it somewhere before. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformative I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief Gant? Where could I have seen that before? What? No! No, I'm answering your question! Oh, do I do this? Oh, we've got to give this back to Gant. Oh, yeah. I don't know what am I trying to do now at this point. What about this one?
Oh, a lost item report, huh? Very impressive, Detective. You knew what it was right off the bat.
I'm a master of misplacement, you know. That has such a cool ring to it. The way I see it, if things are meant to be lost, then they're meant to be lost. There's a higher power at work here. Wow, higher power. Maybe I shouldn't let him hold any evidence. Oh. That's the ID card record, isn't it? Yes. Yes, there's only one number left to investigate. At 4:20, the victim, Detective Guttree, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number. 777777777. It's 17 too many, Detective. An executive officer. Just might have a hunch. What do I show him? I don't know what I'm meant to show him. Blue Badger. This guy almost made us lose the case today. What are you talking about? He was guarding the bloodstain on the evidence locker with his life. It's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. Would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. I have to admit, he's right though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. Possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15. Okay. Let's try that. You say about this. Hey, is that? Oh, okay. That's going to go around again. Murder weapon. I've been dealing with that ever since the case was closed. Nice and locked away in a locker. Suddenly disappeared. Surrounded Mr. Edgeworth's car. And then you got the point. Okay, so we've already gone through the glove. Okay, if you don't know anything about, so don't say anything. The video. I don't know what I need to show you. I need to show you something. Maybe if we go appeal to his loyalty to Edgeworth. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Oh wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have been a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. Ugh. So. Am I no, that just points me to this, doesn't it? It's not like a secret anywhere else. No. Tag says AI 16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? I doubt it. I mean, I've already tried showing it to him, haven't I? Okay, yeah, you don't know anything about that. Blah, blah, blah. You don't know about anything. Right, I can't just move. Nope. I don't want to just try everything, because it's just going to go round. I'm going to look it up. Get my phone. No. Right. Day 3 trial. We got through that without this. Marshall. Get kicked out. Talk to that. Oh, right. Move to the High Prosecutor's office. Okay, so we don't do anything else here, despite the game. Despite the game saying, ooh, we need to do a thing. You need to do this thing now. It's the second time this has happened, where it's like, oh, we need to do this thing. And then it's, actually, no, that's not what I do next. That's annoying. That's annoying. Just, if I'm not meant to do something yet, don't tell me to do it, because I'll try and do it. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumours flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... No, Edgeworth. If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, Letter of Resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. Oh, do I give that to Thingy? To Gumshoe. Okay, forged evidence. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility is the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Tomorrow's trial. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's why what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. I didn't realize there was an evidence list. It's almost like that's an important part of the judicial process so that both the defense and the prosecution can present the evidence ahead of time so that people can come up with their cases. Well, the prosecution has to do it for the defense, I think. The defense doesn't have to do it for the prosecution. But they do have to have, like, this is what the evidence is going to be, I think. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I've just undermined my own point. Whatever. I don't know what my point was. Anyway, after Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. See, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seemed strange about it. Well, two things, but the King of Prosecutor thing is wrong. Right, well, let's... we'll change off. Right, there we go. Oh, I need to do this. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Yeah, the sword is missing. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding is a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Wait, that's it? You need to give me more than this. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. There we go. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. What are you... Then why is it a sword and a shield if it's a halberd? I'm googling this just to make sure this is right. I'm gonna Google this. Chinese contradiction story. Oh, right, so it's a spear, not a halberd. Those are different. It says spear. Okay, so it's not halberd. It says it's not halberd. It says it's a spear. Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it though, for Emma's sake? Very well. So why is it a sword? Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd. That's not a halberd. Halberds have axe heads. That's a spear. And if it's meant to be a halberd and a shield, why is it a sword? Why is it a sword on the thing, the award? The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. Oh, that's not a sword. That's the tip of a spear. Okay, right. I retract my point about that. About the it's a sword. But it's not a halberd. Not a halberd. It's a spear. Ancient tale ends with the merchants at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. These people don't know what they're talking about. That's what we've learned. That's funny. If that's so, why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. It's not a halberd. It's not a halberd. It's a spear. It's a spear. Spearhead. Chief Gant. King of Prosecutors Trophy updated in the courtroom. Court record.